Elton John songs, of course, have been hits all over the world. The superstar says there would be no Elton John if it wasn't for this man, Bernie Taupin.
That's true. He's not only an accomplished painter, but as we just saw, he's one of the greatest songwriters to ever have lived. He wrote many of Elton John's biggest hits, and we're back with Bernie to talk more about art and music. Bernie, how are you? Still good.
Still feeling good.
I can't take my eyes off this painting, though, still. It's just so fitting that it's here today. It's a great piece of artwork, and it's so inspiring. There's lots of happiness.
Got some good lighting in here.
Right. I know you're a good fan of the good lighting.
I like good lighting.
So, of all the songs you've written for Elton, is there one that really, you say, wow, I love that one?
Well, that's the same answer again. I'd rather leave that to other people to say, wow, you know. I mean, they're like your children, so it's very hard to pick one from the other. But I always like the material that I'm working on currently. I feel that if that's not your favorite, then, you know, maybe you're doing something wrong. So I'm a great fan of the last album we did, that Elton did with Leon Russell and we did with T-Bone Burnett, The Union, which was possibly one of our most successful albums in a long time, and it was a great experience.
So your lyrics and your writing obviously evolves through your life experiences and such, so I guess you have to stay focused on the project that's at hand because you need to draw from new inspirations. I'm sure that sometimes you just feel a little tapped out.
Well, I mean, there's always stories to tell. There's always something happening that you can draw from every day. You know, there's a new experience. It's like I just read that Tony Bennett said that Duke Ellington said that everybody should do two things. So I've got my two.
You've got your two checked.
What do you
Actually, I've got more than two things. So.
What do you enjoy more doing? I mean, do you enjoy penning songs, writing lyrics, or do you enjoy?
Well, that's a really impossible question to answer because the thing is that I really only work on songs when we're making a record. I'm not one of those sort of 9-to-5 songwriters, you know, that are out there. But no, it's only when we're really going to do a project that I sit down and, you know, pull out the guitar and a pen and paper, and which I still do. I don't use a computer.
Oh, you're old school
but
like
painting is something that I do all the time until I run out of canvas and I have to make a phone call.
And I'm sure they kind of play off of each other. When you're sketching on that aircraft, like you said, you take that and you might get musical notes in your head as well.
Well, I'm a big fan of titles too. My songs often come from dreaming up titles. So. And it's the same with the paintings. You know, a lot of abstract artists, you know, number their paintings, and I like to think of interesting titles for them. When I'm finished, I kind of look at them and go, okay, what am I going to call that?
Well, what can we see at this exhibit when we come out and see
your
work? You came with a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it's one of the largest exhibitions that we've done. Usually they're probably half the size of this, but and then I think week after next we're moving on to Tampa. So.
Cool. I have to ask you, you said you love being here in Texas. You've spent a lot of time in Fort Worth. You've worked with one of Texas's icons, Willie Nelson, from Mendocino County Line. What was that like working with, you know, of course you worked with Elton, but Willie as well?
Well, the thing is that I just wrote a song for Willie. I wasn't in the studio with him, although I do know Willie. I mean, he's a wonderful man, you know. He should be on Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, no doubt.
And he was a great man to work with, I'm sure.
Well, as I say, I mean, I've not worked with him in a working environment because, you know, he just did one of my songs, something that I wrote specifically for him. But, no, I've spent time with Willie.
That's great. Well, we're excited you're in North Texas. We're excited to see your exhibit. Thanks for coming on GMT and sharing it with us today.
Yeah, and once again, you can see Bernie and his artwork this weekend, tonight and tomorrow as well. There we go. We have it at the Whitney Smith Fine Art at the Crescent Court. You can meet him tonight from 6 to 9 p.m. and again tomorrow from 6 to 9 as well. Bernie, we really appreciate you coming by today. What a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Love having this flag behind us today. It makes me feel good. Well, up next, another feel-good moment with fall handbags. Trends from designer Jane August. That's coming up next. Stay with us.